Listen closely, because this is hitting exactly where it hurts most. The world's playing a brutal game, and if you're a general partner, an investor, a professional who moves money and ideas, you feel it every damn day. The old playbook, holy trusts, big names, the so-called safe bets, that system's breaking down in front of your eyes. You know what's crushing you? The weight of legacy funds stuck in yesterday's mindset, slow decision-making, layers upon layers of approval that drain the fire out of everything you want to build. You feel the frustration of watching opportunity fly past, watching sharp minds and new ideas trapped, because the system's designed to reward the same old, the same predictable. That's the cruel truth nobody likes to say out loud. You want to win, but the game is rigged. The biggest funds seem untouchable, their money moves echoing in corridors you can't enter. Meanwhile, the new kids on the block, the emerging managers, those sharp, hungry operators with nothing to lose, they're tearing down this old world, and they're winning. Why? Because they've stolen back what we all lost: freedom, speed, authenticity, and the courage to burn the rulebook. Here's the first brutal truth. The system isn't failing because it's broken. It's failing because it's too comfortable. Complacency eats up giants. The big funds, entrenched in their comfort zones, are slow, bound by legacy fears and what they can't lose rather than what they want to create. They wait. They hesitate. They optimize for the past. But the truth is, progress never comes from the center. It always bursts out from the edges, where the bold and the restless dare to dream crazy, dangerous dreams. Emerging managers aren't just young or unknown, they're relentless. They reject comfort. They don't just talk about change, they make it. These are the folks who refuse to live in endless committees or follow outdated metrics that kill risk-taking. They move fast, shape-shift, and attack opportunities that the big guys dismiss or never even see. Their edge? Pure obsession with becoming more, smarter, faster, more connected, and utterly sovereign in their will. But here's the kicker. What's winning for them isn't just speed or agility. It's deep clarity about one brutal fact. The world you thought you were playing in no longer exists. The old maps, the old networks, the old metrics of value, they're all illusions. The reality is fragmented, fractured, and full of noise. The difference between winning and losing, the ability to unlearn, to break free from the system's grip, the false rulebooks, the comfort zones. The emerging managers understand that they must shed every chain, the chains of consensus, conformity, and fear of failure, to become truly disruptive. And that's exactly why they're winning. Because they inhabit a space where others don't dare set foot. They hold space for the radical, the misunderstood, the rare, the ideas and people that can't thrive in old systems. They build their own rules, their own networks that aren't about scale or followers, but about fierce, real connections. Their strength is in aligning with a handful of others who burn as brightly as they do. This is not about being popular or belonging. It's almost the opposite. It's about being fiercely, ruthlessly selective. Now here's where it gets intensely personal for you as a general partner or investor. You know this pain, the loneliness that comes from being among the few who see the future before anyone else. The isolation in your own network, where brilliance doesn't always connect, where alliances sometimes feel like compromises, and where trust is complicated. You're starved for that rare synergy that would turn individual sparks into a blaze of unstoppable power. You're tired of the noise, the distractions, the endless cycles of safe bets that never soar. You crave that raw, transformative kind of partnership that cuts through the BS and creates real impact. Imagine breaking out of that trap, not by joining the herd, but by stepping off the track entirely. Imagine finding and building with that rare few who aren't content with survival or incremental wins, but yearn to reshape the future. These emerging managers show the way. They've locked into networks that don't suffocate but liberate, that don't limit but expand. Their power lies in their autonomy, in a fierce individuality that's cultivated and supported, not assimilated. If you're feeling the way you should, restless, ready for change, burned by the limits of old systems, that's not a flaw. It's a signal. It says you're meant for more. It says you don't need to fit in, but to find others who won't ask you to dim your fire. This is how you beat exhaustion and become the rare power broker reshaping the landscape. You don't get there by chasing the crowd. You get there by leading the rebels, by championing those emerging managers who refuse to play by outdated rules. Here's how you do it. Stop trying to control every step. Instead, create frameworks where the unexpected can thrive. Build relationships with emerging managers, not to tame them, but to unleash them. Trust is currency. Invest in it fiercely. Look beyond traditional track records and metrics. Invest in character, in clarity, in that burning will to transform. Get comfortable with discomfort. Remember, the best investments often feel risky because they're not just about money. They're about freedom, about shaking the system to its core. Don't waste your energy fighting to fit into a system increasingly irrelevant. Instead, become the connector who links misaligned brilliance into aligned power. Build autonomous networks that celebrate difference, diversity of thought, experience, and approach. Its fuel is not sameness, but contrast, contradiction, and tension. The best ideas, the most explosive growth, comes from the friction between remarkably different individuals who trust each other enough to run fast together. And here's the ultimate truth. True power isn't in following trends or being comfortable. It's in patience. The long game that rewards those who dare to be sovereign over their will, who question everything, who transform their realities bit by bit, day by day. You are not here to make life easier. You're here to make it yours. The emerging managers winning today understand this deeply. They are playing chess on a board the rest of the world hasn't even noticed yet. So if you're tired of watching from the sidelines, if the silence inside screams that you were born for more than safe harbor and incremental gains, this is your call to arms. Don't just invest money. Invest in becoming. In breaking free from the comfortable prisons of conformity and mediocrity. In joining or building those autonomous networks where voices like yours and theirs do not just survive but roar. The future isn't coming to those who wait or imitate. It belongs to those who burn brighter, who leap further, who refuse to bend. Emerging managers winning today are the lightning striking through the dark. They are the rare few lighting the way toward a new world, one where you don't just play the game, but rewrite it. The choice is yours. Sink into the old comfort you know will fade or rise and become part of that fierce, rare fire. Because in the chaos and the breakdowns, the real power is found by those who refuse to settle, who create their own rules, who connect the few to free the many. That's where freedom lives. That's where transformation begins. The question is simple but brutal. Will you watch it happen, or will you be the one throwing the match?